let's just for argument's sake say, yeah, experiencing is being right here. This is the experiencing right here. Yeah. And now, I guarantee you, yeah, if we went to each person's mind that was sitting here now, they'd have a different story around the experiencing of right here, right now. They would. Yeah. Someone might pipe up and say, yeah, I'm really trying to work out what it is that you're actually saying. And like, another mind might pop up and go, this is really cool. This feels really still. It's kind of calm. I wonder if I'm on the right track. That'll be another mind. Yeah? Another mind might pop and go, what the fuck is he talking about? Yeah. And whatever those minds are saying, it's just happening. It's got enough. There's no thinker. It's got nothing to do with you. The actual experience in here now is consciousness, awareness, beingness, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. That's the experiencing. Yeah? And then the mind might overlay a story over that and go, I'm bored. I'm bored. Don't like this experience. Yeah. The mind can't experience seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, consciousness, and awareness, and the beingness. The mind can't experience it. The hell's it doing stepping in and saying, I'm bored? Based on what? No experience. Thought, I'm bored. Yeah, another thought might pop up. Might go for a walk. That might relieve the boredom. I might ring my friend. Yeah. Go and have a cup of coffee with them. Mind is always seeking. Always. Always trying to become. Always trying to find anything other than here. Because to the mind, this here seems empty. Nothing. Nothing's going on. The mind wants activity. It's dualistic. It just constantly pings, bang, bang. That's what it does. That's its nature. See, like, isn't that true? From your own, looking at your own inner experience. Isn't that true? Isn't that what's actually occurring? It's the most absurd thing when the mind pipes up and says, oh, there's nothing happening here. I'm really bored. What? There's nothing happening here. Everything is happening here. Everything. Because it's only now. Everything is happening here. But the mind can't experience it. And then it gets on this non-dual path and then goes looking for this. Goes looking for this. This that is now in your own direct experience. The problem is we've been taking this here now, this nowness, this as me. It's not. Me is just the mind. It's just a pattern of thoughts. So me is not and never has been conscious. Ever. That's why it's referred to as a dream. The dream character that arises in your dream when you go to sleep at night on your bed. Your little dream character arises in that dream. All sorts of stuff can happen in the dream. Yeah? The dream character in the dream is convinced it's conscious. And it's not. It's a dreamed character. It can't experience consciousness. Now, the same thing happens when we think we're awake. The same. The same. And then the dream character gets on the non-dual path and is trying to find this. This, that more often than not, it will call boring, empty, kind of, yeah, I'm aware. Like, what's the big deal? Yeah, that's just a dead giveaway. That's the mind. Because it's the biggest deal ever. There's nothing bigger than it. This, here, now. Nothing bigger than it. Nothing. It's just not what the mind is saying it is. Because the mind's saying, yeah, I'm here. I'm conscious. I'm aware I'm being. So I know I need a new car. I need a new house. Might be the 10th one, right? Houses. Yeah. Girlfriend, boyfriend, that'll straighten me out. That's what I need. Yeah. It's all mind, yeah. Just seeking. That's its nature. That's what it does. But it's not you. So when mind says, I'm present, I'm conscious, I'm aware, the absurdity of that needs to be seen. You got a pattern of thoughts saying, I'm present, I'm conscious, I'm aware. You could, you know, you could just as easily, I'm present, I'm conscious, I'm aware, could just as easily be words on a page. Just as easily. And the words on the page are believing they're conscious, present, and aware. The word apple on a page. Can it experience an apple? No. The thought apple, is that an apple? No. Why then is the thought me? Why? Is the thought me actually me? Is the thought car an actual car? Is the thought house an actual house? Is the thought apple an actual apple? Those we just go, no, 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 no. Yeah. And then we ask the big one, is the thought me? Me. And we go, yeah, kind of feels like it is. Come on. Gradually, we just come to see what's actually happening from your own direct experience. You start to see just what I mean by, you're sitting in the best seat in the house. No one's privy to your inner world like you are. All the goings on, the ants with the mind, and jumping here and jumping, like you're in the best seat. Now see what's actually happening. You are here. It's just not the me that's here. This self-identity that we've had our whole life, that's not here. Yet there's direct experience of being conscious, is there not? Nothing to do with the mind. You're conscious. You are aware. You are being. For that to fully reveal itself, you've got to be absolutely convinced of what you're not. Because if you're not, what you're not will still be trying to work out what it's not. around. Yeah.
Terry?
Yeah.
So actually, it's really just the thoughts that fool us without
Yes.
this thinking. It's really
Yes.
just the thoughts.
Yes. Only.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Which is absurd, right? Because the thoughts are making up all these stories, and thoughts are saying, I've had this experience and that experience and this experience and that experience and that experience. And it'll go back into memory and saying, I've had that experience and that experience. The thoughts have never experienced a thing. Zero. It's absurd when you, or if we want to call it mind, yeah, it's never experienced anything. Zero.
So without the thoughts, there is no duality.
Correct.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing is, you know, without the thoughts, there's no duality, and you don't disappear. Something else is revealed. Here, now, presently. Sometimes referred to as true self.
I reckon we can't imagine it because that would mean going back to
Good.
being a baby, and that means not knowing how to function and speak and think and
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, but yes, but none of that's true either.
Sorry.
But none of that's true either.
Okay.
Yeah. That's again the mind going, oh yeah, but I'll be like, how will I know what to do? And that all came out like that was what just came out of your mouth. Then was verbalized thought. We think it's me that says that. It's just verbalized thought.
Yeah. But how can we retain the capacity to function as adults, yet how can I? No.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Yeah. There's an assumption in your question. Yeah, there's an assumption that you've been in control your whole life.
Mm.
And you haven't. You'll continue to function as you've always functioned. Just all this meing stops. You'll still be able to go to work. You'll still know how to speak X amount of languages.
But we don't know what it is to speak, to know language, and be in that baby state. We have never experienced that, because
But
when we were babies, we didn't know how to speak. We didn't use sentences.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about being in the baby state.
Yeah,
I'm talking about being in the now state. So your mind's trying to put together a concept or an understanding of this.
Yeah.
Good. Just spot that. Just spot that. Yeah. That's what it's been doing your whole life, by the way. Trying to understand and you go, oh yeah, I've got it now, and it'll pigeonhole that. And then it'll go looking for something else to try and understand or work out. Yeah. See, there's been doing happening your whole life, Geraldine. Doing happening your whole life.
Mm.
That doing will continue to happen. But there's never been a personal doer.
Without the use of words.
Terry,
Yeah.
just a quick thing. Something that helps me, like with this kind of thing, is like, like sports people, when they're playing tennis and they say that like they're in the zone and they have no conceptual thought, but they're at top performance and they know what they're doing and everything is happening naturally. And I have the same thing when I'm dancing. If I dance, I'm not thinking, there's no conceptual thought, but everything's happening perfectly. In fact, even better.
Yep.
Without conceptual thought.
Yep. Yep. A lot of people describe it as absence of myself. Yeah. It's like the tennis was playing itself. Life just becomes the tennis. That's when one's in the zone. When one's truly in the zone, it's in the absence of self. I experienced that with martial art. Same thing. Same thing. It's just coming back to what you were saying, Geraldine. It's no matter what, it's not going to be what the mind thinks it's going to be. No matter what. No matter what. You can try and conceptualize this and yeah, but how will I function? And sounds like a baby state of innocence. And
the example of sports is quite helpful, actually. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I can remember, I don't know if I've told you guys this story, but many years ago, God, how old was I? 18, 19 years of age or something. I was going for my black belt, martial arts. And extraordinarily high standard. This instructor that we had was Chinese, 6'2", slim, amazing build on this guy. And he came out here to Australia and started teaching, but it was the most incredible high standard. So I was a brown belt going for my black belt. Now, ordinarily, in most schools, if you're a brown belt and you're going for your black belt, all you had to do was spar brown belts, beat the brown belts, or show that you were of a higher standard than brown belts, because you're a brown belt too, and you're now going for your black belt. Check this out, right? I'm 18, 19, maybe 20 years of age. I'm a brown belt going for my black belt. The first thing my instructor does, he lines 10 people up in a line, about six feet apart. They're all black belts. I'm a brown belt going for my black belt. And I had to spar each one of these people individually for 3 minutes each. Full on. Like full on. Can you imagine how I felt by the time I got to the 10th black belt? 30 minutes later, he's fresh. I've just been fighting 9 other black belts constantly. I can hardly hold my hands up. That was the first part. Second part was, I can't remember if I've told you guys this story. The second part was, then he made me stand in the middle of the room and he put 10 black belts in a circle around me, 6 feet away from me. 10 people, 10 black belts in a complete circle around me. The moment he clapped his hands, they all at the same time had to go me. I had to defend myself against that onslaught. I had to defend myself against that. 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a long time when you got 10 highly skilled black belts and their job is to put you on your ass. That's their job. So I did that. Anyway, fast forward, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know at the time, but that particular event where I was standing in the middle and I had 10 people around me in a circle, it was videoed. I didn't know. So I watched it after the gradings and, somebody said, oh, I've taken a video of it. And I went, oh, that'd be interesting. And I sat and watched the video of it. My jaw hit the ground. I couldn't recall doing 90% of what my body did in that 3 minute period when I had 10 of them at me. I was amazed, truly shocked actually, at what my body did. I wasn't there. It was too fast. I couldn't think anything. It was way too fast. Then I got to witness what the body did when it was in that situation. I was just like, that is unbelievable. In the zone. Complete absence of me. Complete absence of me. There was no time to think of me. There's no time. It's all way too quick. I had to start thinking about what I was doing. I would have been dead. It would have all been over. I've had to think about it. Didn't have to do anything. Body just reacted. I was amazed at watching that back. Amazed. Life is doing. Life is doing. You'll still continue to function. No problem. Beautifully, in fact. You just no longer be carrying around this false identity. The mind stops creating it. Peace, quiet, stillness. Still function. Then the mind becomes a tool. A tool. You'd be thinking about, like, thoughts will just arise about practical matters. When that's not happening, you'll just be blown away with being. Really.